12 minutes, 12-ish minutes to see, about a minute per lap. Here we go. We're going to see a green flag, are we?
Here we go. Green flag flies. We're racing at Pikes Peak International Raceway. Tomo elected for driver's right this time through. He wanted the high side. High cutter, 3 wide on the outside. Here comes Brian from Forsberg Racing. He gets it done, goes to the lead through turn 1.
Really well done there by High Cotter. Looks at, and let's see if does he dive down, how aggressive he's going to be. Yesterday he had brake issues. He said that brake pedal was pushing on concrete, but now he's figured it out. He says they changed the vacuum line. Obviously a testimonial to it earlier today.
Oh, he's wide.
And there he goes again.
Oh, way off course.
Issue.
And the leader off track in turn 3. Again, he can't get the thing slowed down. And back to the lead goes Andy Smedegard. Jeremy Swenson now second. O'Gorman third. Eric Jensen right behind in fourth. My heart breaks for Brian Highcon.
Oh man, again, just talked to him right before I walked over here, talking about drift, and then going in, and he said he changed the vacuum line. The team absolutely gutted. That's just got to be absolutely gut-wrenching. But let's talk about our leader. Tomo is, I believe Tomo's up front.
No, it's Smedegard now.
Smedegard.
Swenson slots into second place now. It's ASM sandwich with Swenson meet in the middle here as we come across the start-finish line. There's your lead. It's about 6/10 of a second. Best lap for Andy. Jeremy Swenson goes second quick. O'Gorman, Lavoie, Jensen, and Jensen, both father-son duo, 5th and 6th as they come across the line.
Look at the paddock filling up. The fans are here. I'll tell you what, this big venue has been absolutely tremendous. Thank you so much to all the fans. But Smedegard out front, Swenson in second, and Tom O'Gorman sitting in third. There's so much race left, man. And right to start out like that, what a bummer.
Yeah, certainly. But here comes Swenson now. He's got the thing geared up behind him, the Viking Performance Corvette on the tailpipes of Smedegard. Again, Andy is on those Bridgestone RE71 RS tires that are new to the series, newly allowed as of Mid-Ohio. Swenson on new tires as of yesterday, chasing him down. It's not Tomo he's battling today, it's team owner, ASM, Andy Smedegard.
Look at the grip the cars are getting. It's quite a juxtaposition of what we saw this morning. Looks like they were drifting, not gripping. And we will see that later. Again, grip and drift all at the same time. But right now, Smedegard, the tires seem to be the big equation here, right?
It seems like it. Across the line this time through. Jeremy Swenson is actually a little bit quicker that time through. He goes purple on the leaderboard that time around. So Andy leads the way, but Jeremy closes the gap. Highcotter improves up to a couple positions on that second lap. 10th place now for Brian as they head down into the infield this time. Swenson closing in. But look at Tom on the brakes, how much time he made up there.
Yeah, he really gained some ground there. Look how he gets right to the back of Swenson. I really want to see what color he ends up after this lap, because I think obviously he's going to go purple. I think he's gaining some ground. So Swenson not purple because of the vehicle, but because of his actual driving prowess.
Yes, the fastest lap of the race is the purple. Fastest personal lap last time around is Andy Smedegard. There's Jackson Jensen in the behind as well. Jackson battling his father for 5th place right now, a little bit behind. Zach Lavoie is not too far behind Tomo either. So 3 ASM cars inside the top 5.
Smedegard taking the high line. Tomo not going all the way up there. Swenson almost mimicking Smedegard's race line. Let's see who comes out. Smedegard with the fastest up until this point. Yes, he does. He holds on to it, and that's exactly what he needs to do. So well done there by Smedegard. Swenson, you can see him just sweating him.
102 flat, incredible time, but here comes Jeremy Swenson. Here comes the Viking Performance Power side by side into turn 2, Jared.
Woo! What's going to happen here? Smedegard, does he block? Oh, and Swenson takes that inside line, but keep this. You talked about, body work is expensive. You want to see some respect. We talked about the respect of each other. Seems like they keep it clean, but I'll tell you what, Smedegard might be in that second place position, but watch him maneuver. This is where the S2000s are going to get the big purple leader of Swenson's vehicle.
Yeah, Andy tried to get a little overlap there through turn 3. He couldn't quite get it to stick. Then he tried again in turn 4, couldn't stick there. Can he go to the inside at turn 8? Thinks about it, sees the door open for a moment, but he's going to have to stay in the slipstream now of Jeremy Swenson as they climb onto the banking again.
We're only 4 minutes into this race, and it's such a quick lap. But it's high speed and then tight, high speed. It's really great. Jeremy Swenson with the fastest lap, and obviously proof positive. That back stretch, dives into that turn 2. I'm really surprised they did not have contact.
Yeah, that was very, very well done. These drivers have raced around each other quite a bit. O'Gorman's following falling way back now, almost 2 seconds back from the leaders, as Jeremy is going to try to stretch the lead as he did the other day. Again, Tom on the brakes is just incredible to watch. How about behind him, though, that battle queuing up between Eric Jensen and Zach Lavoie? That's for 4th place in the back.
Highcutter jumped up to 6th.
Wow, here comes Brian. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get back to the front, but he easily could get a top 5, closing back in on Jackson, or actually Eric Jensen. So this battle, it's going to be a 3-horse race for 4th place rather.
Yeah, some amazing position changes here. There we get a quick look at Tomo, and there's Lavoie and Jensen, as you said, that 4th and 5th spot. But we're looking at Swenson, who just seems to be gaining more ground. But is he going to overcook the tires? Smedegaard maybe kind of, is Swenson playing chess? Is he kind of overcooking it? Smedegaard, is he playing? No, the other way around. Is he playing checker? Regardless, Uno. Draw 4, I don't know, go fish.
Brian Highcutter just ran the fastest lap of the race. How about that? Jackson Jensen improves a little bit this time. Here's a battle. Joel Morrison in the 9 Lives Racing Myriad Motorsports car passing one of the other Myriad Motorsports machines. I think that's Jake Jornstad, and here comes Jensen on the outside of Lavoie. Lavoie goes defensive.
That ASM S2000 holds him off, and that's the right line there. You can see swinging out wide and then coming on in. Let's see this, though.
Here comes Eric up the inside preferred line here for turn 4. Door to door. LS FRS versus K-Swap S2000. Now side by side in the infield. I love this. Here we go.
Jensen goes for that rumble, and you can see Lavoie and Jensen looks like might be shutting the door on Lavoie.
And Jensen's got it.
Yes, he does. Well done there. Again, this is where that LS is going to come into play as opposed to the nimble vehicle. Brian Highcutter up to 6th with that purple. Again, fastest lap. He's got something to prove. We talked about this yesterday. The bulldog in him says, hey, when you're angry, some people look at that. Highcutter, again, 101. So that's back-to-back purple fast laps. So Highcutter, look, he gains another position, right?
Just went right by Lavoie.
Just like Lavoie, like he's standing still. The bulldog, the teeth are out, and he's going for it. Sometimes angry drivers, they might overdrive. Right now, I feel like he's doing everything he needs to do that he unfortunately didn't do on that first lap.
There he goes, tucks it in nicely for turn 3, and now chases Eric Jensen in the 184. He's in the top 5 now after that pass on Lavoie. He just needs another one to get up to 4th place, but could he get up to O'Gorman? That's a little bit tall of a task. I wouldn't count it out, though. Still some time left to go, but the battle is on for 4th place.
Wow, how exciting. Again, we're seeing, on the leaderboard, we're seeing them. We could see Smedegaard, losing some ground to Swenson, who's oh so fast. But the big battle here, the gentleman that started out the lead in that first lap, or excuse me, the first turn, and then going to turn 2, unfortunately cooked it and went down to 10th, and now has worked his way back up to 6th.
Make that 5th, and it could be 4th by the end of this lap. Look at the slipstream, and here he goes, blowing by Eric Jensen, uses his slipstream, and dives to the bottom of the racetrack through turn 1.
And that, we talked about weight of vehicles at LS, BRZ compared to, a Nissan 350Z. They're running the VQ engine under that hood. So let's see how he handles this. Look at this, toe-to-toe, wheel-to-wheel. Looks like Highcutter. He's got to be
too deep.
He's got to be a little nervous on his brakes, right?
Yeah, I think you got to be a little tentative there, but they did turn 3 side by side. How do you do that, Jared?
That's great. I mean, that's really good racecraft, and that is good respect. To your point earlier, talking about wheel-to-wheel racing, body work. You want to keep it clean, man. They got another race in the overall championship and in the season. Highcutter danced with the rumble strip.
That was a little tight and dicey. They're still door-to-door. Look out. Almost a touch there. Zach Lavoie's back in the mix now. Goes to the inside of Jensen at turn 8. Almost a touch there, but Highcutter gets it done. Passes Jensen. He's up to 4th place now.
And, Highcutter on this straightaway looks a little bit of Swenson-ish, if I could say, like kind of a term, where he kind of pulls away and he gains some ground. But when it comes to the turns, surprisingly, that big LS BRZ, Jensen, does have some turning capability. So Highcutter now almost getting up. Okay, now we got lappers. This changes the whole scenario, because there has to be some strategy here, and who is going to do what. Yeah,
and where you make your passes, where you make your moves. Is Highcutter getting in too deep again? Here comes Jensen back to the inside at turn 3. Still side by side, 370 versus LS FRS.
So the racecraft of Highcutter being shown off here, and Jensen challenging him quite a bit.
This is unbelievable racing.
Really well done by that Steel Nissan Z. You saw a little correction there going in. Now you have to think, keeping the tires together, but mind you, we have less than 3 minutes left. This is a timed race. You'll see the white flag. Obviously that means last lap, and then you'll see the checker.
All right, this battle has begun to fizzle in the background. We're working up around turn number 9. Now, Highcotter still holds the fastest lap of the race, and he is still jetting away. Here's Julio Crispin, Hans Horpendahl, Jeremy Boysen, all going side by side. That's dicey West Pace in the middle of all that as well in the 767 for Red Eye Racing. Nick Steniford trailing in the white S2K, and scrap back here. This is fantastic.
You can see just the time difference here between third and fourth. If Highcotter holds on to his position, I think that is just a successful move on his whole behalf and his racecraft. But Swenson, look at how much time he has on Smedegaard, who really had a great effort out of the gate. But what do you think went south?
Again, I think
was it the tires? Is it just Swenson overpowering?
It couldn't. I think Swenson just got his car dialed. I think this is similar to what we saw yesterday with O'Gorman. Again, I think the tires have a lot to do with it. But here's Jeremy Boysen again. We talked about his trip here to the racetrack. Had a steer tire blowout on the toter home, almost rolled the thing over, got here to the racetrack, got this new race car on the road, and here he is battling for position with Julio Crispin back here. This is a little bit outside the top 10, but these guys having just as much fun as those up front.
Yeah, great looking Cayman, great looking vehicle right there, and it's great to see that came out unscathed.
Just ahead of them was Fiona Liu. There's, I think, Jake Jornstad at the bottom of the screen. Might be Felipe Gonzalez, but back to Boysen, back to Julio Crispin. This is all for 13th place. Fiona Liu, by the way, up to 12th. A great climb for her in the 888 car.
Somebody pulling off there into the pit area. Don't think it was a contender.
I think it's Hilo, Michael Hilo, potentially, in the 350Z. So I'm not exactly sure what that could have been, but it has sidelined that car for now as Boysen continues to battle Crispin. Hans Horpendahl watching in the background as we get under a minute remaining here, expecting white flag very, very soon.
Remember, this is GLTC Race 3. We have one more race for the glory, 4 accumulative races, different chopping it up, different scenarios for each race. But as Highcotter zooms by, and there we can see Jensen and Lavoie 5th and 6th.
There's some other battles happening in the infield there. There's Jackson Jensen and Joel Morrison door to door there as they sweep on through. And in the background, Fiona Liu under fire from Jeremy Boysen. Those two scrapping at it. We get the white flag this time through, so it is the final lap of the race here at PPIR, race number 3.
Last lap. All right, so Swenson just dominant. Can he make it a perfect sweep? There is the white flag. And we've seen our top 5 drivers, top 6 drivers rip through. And Swenson in that Viking Purple People Eater Corvette. Is he going to hold up the number 3 in memoriam of his pops who ran that number $100 race cars? He now rocks the number 30 because he's multiplying it. He's multiplying his victories, and he's doing all here at PPIR. Can he make it a perfect event?
Yeah, the weekend sweeps used to be rare. Tom O'Gorman made them commonplace, but Jeremy Swenson, again for the 3rd time this weekend, is going to go to victory lane at Pikes Peak International Raceway, sweeps it so far here this weekend. The Hawk Performance checkered flag is out with the brakes on the race. Smedegaard, 2nd place as we go back and watch Boysen. O'Gorman, 3rd place. Highcotter up to 4th, and Jensen, Lavoie, Jackson Jensen, Jake Jornstad, Tyler Starr, Joel Morrison, rest of your top 10.